Yes, motherfuckers. It happened. You all saw it, and we're here to fucking talk about it. Inside the ropes, we are back, and it was a fucking fantastic Raw. I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you, I don't think I remember much after the first half hour. I was just really fucking happy with the first fucking segment of the night.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't do a review video on Hell in a Cell. So we're not going to do one, but we're just going to touch on it for about 3 minutes here real quick.
Yeah.
Hell in a Cell was kind of what I've come to grow accustomed to with SmackDown pay-per-views, where first match of the night was fucking
Fantastic.
amazing. You know, Usos and New Day tore the place apart like they always do.
Yep.
Last match was fucking phenomenal. And then they had one other match in there that I thought was, you know, good. And then besides that, I thought the night sucked.
Yeah.
And it's kind of what I've grown to expect from SmackDown pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. The whole Jinder Nakamura thing is just disgusting at this point. It's a fucking sad excuse for a champion. And an even bigger waste of an amazing talent in Nakamura.
Yep.
And that's really all I'm going to say about it, because I'm pretty disgusted with that pay-per-view simply because of that. Also, we were glad to hear today that Shane McMahon wasn't dead. That was a positive. You know, we were a little concerned.
What does he have?
Neck trauma, bruised ribs, and a dislocated shoulder.
Yeah, that's what happens when you keep falling off things. So, you know, but hey, man, you made for great fucking TV, so thanks, Shane. Now, we'll roll right into Raw. Tonight's Raw started off with Miz in the ring, and he was handing out the Mizzy Awards.
Again.
Which, in itself, was actually a pretty entertaining little segment. You know, he gave Curtis Axel an award for, you know, I don't remember what, but something.
Finally being relevant.
Probably something to that effect. He then gave Sheamus and Cesaro award for Best Supporting Actors.
I think Sheamus's was, you know, best smile, but that's just me.
He gave himself an award for being the real big dog, as he claimed it. And that's when, I guess, enough was enough. And Roman's music queued up. And they had a little exchange where the Miz said, you can act tough all you want, but we all know you're not coming down here because it's 4-on-1. And we know that your little rumors about your Shield reunion are just that, rumors.
As soon as he said 4-on-1, I knew it was happening.
And Roman said, who said anything about rumors? And at that moment, I nearly jumped through the fucking ceiling. Because if you've been paying attention to any of these videos, which judging by the amount of followers I have, you haven't. The Shield for me is exactly how wrestling is supposed to be done. The way the Shield was formed, the way every match went, they were the epitome of what WWE is supposed to be. So, when Ambrose's music queued up, I was fucking pumped, but I still was a little reserved because there's always that chance that, you know, there's going to be no Seth because of what he did in the past, and maybe Roman was okay with Dean coming out, but not Seth. But then we hit the... Go ahead, say what he says in the song. Burn it down! You guys are terrible with your fucking cues. Anyways.
Well, he didn't do it, so I did it.
Rollins came out, and they stood there, and it was full-on fucking Shield moment. They surrounded the ring. They attacked. They destroyed. We got a triple power bomb on the Miz.
The Miz had the facial expression like the moment that you know you're fucked.
And we even got a full-on Shield fist bump moment. It was fucking iconic. It's a moment in Raw history that will be remembered forever.
And they just came out with a new t-shirt, so you know they're sticking around for quite a bit.
Because no faction unanimously has been missed more since they broke up than the Shield. It was the one faction breakup that really seemed to hurt the WWE universe.
Yeah.
You know? And I think it's because of the way it happened.
Like, it was just so sudden.
Yeah, other factions, when they broke up, you know, DX, you could see them start feuding here and there. You know, the Nation of Domination, you saw them start feuding.
Yep.
Even Evolution, any one of them you can pick.
But with
there
the
was-
Shield, they had just beaten Evolution the
right,
night
they had
before.
just hit their high moment.
And then they're like saying like, oh, in this ring there were friends, we're brothers, and then that happened, and it was just like everybody was just like, what?
To me, it was the biggest backstab in WWE history.
It had to have been.
It
up
definitely
there.
outdid Shawn Michaels in the barbershop.
Oh, it definitely did, because
You
it
know-
was just for the pure shock value.
It outdid all those because I don't think any of us were fucking expecting that moment.
No.
So the Shield fucking took over things. I mean, the roof tore off of that building. That crowd was going ape shit. It was an A+ moment for Raw, and it was also kind of like a fuck. What is the rest of the card going to do now?
Yeah.
Because they started the night with this. Like, how do you follow that?
We'll tell you how we followed it.
Why? Here's why.
So
Nice, you did that pretty good.
after a great Shield moment,
Then we get Jason Jordan.
we got Jason Jordan against
Carl Anderson.
Carl Anderson. And for the life of me right now, I can't remember who won the match.
Jason Jordan did.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for him. Yeah, I mean the crowd is definitely at least not booing him anymore,
Yeah.
so that's a plus for Jason.
Mm-hmm.
However, apparently, Roman Reigns is being put into the Intercontinental title picture, which means that Jason Jordan has effectively been pushed out of the only storyline he had going on.
Yep.
So now it looks like he's being put right back where he was into the tag team picture because Jeff Hardy's obviously on the shelf.
Yep.
They're saying way through Mania at this point. So it looks like they're going to be putting Jason Jordan with Matt Hardy. At least that's the way it looks right now. It looks like that's going to be the formation of a tag team. And honestly, it's kind of like I don't know. I don't really care about that tag team. I'd rather see Broken Matt by himself than I would see him in a tag team with Jason Jordan.
Yeah.
You know, and for the club, it's just a continued who gives a fuck moment. Every week. It's another who gives a fuck match. Honestly, it's a hard fall for the club, man, at this point, because
They were built up so well in the beginning.
that's such a good tag team, too. I mean, they deserve a lot better than they're getting right now. All I can hope is that there's a move to SmackDown in their future,
Yeah.
because SmackDown could definitely use a good tag team, and the club is one of those teams that you can put over there, throw them into a feud with the New Day, with the Usos,
Especially with now Usos being champions again.
and apparently
who
that
the
feud's
fuck
done.
Who the fuck is left?
I'm telling you, I think the next contenders are going to be Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin.
Which is gonna be fucking stupid.
I don't think they're going to win, and I think them losing is going to be what leads to Benjamin turning on Gable
No.
and Shelton's eventual singles run again. But that's a story for another day. After Jason Jordan against Carl Anderson,
Kurt Angle made The Miz known that it will be The Miz and Sheamus and Cesaro against The Shield at a TLC match.
yeah,
And from there, I think we went into... What match should we go into?
No, we skipped something. At the end, Braun Strowman came out.
No, that was later
no,
on.
that was way later on, dude.
Was it?
Yes.
Yes,
That was
the end of the night.
Yeah.
You're skipping everything that happened in between there.
My mistake.
Then from there, Enzo came out, right?
From there, yeah, it was Enzo came out and said that he talked about the clause in his contract, how nobody could get a shot at the title, and how Kalisto hit him, so now he can't get a shot at the title.
Which then Kurt went in to explain that
That was drawn up
it
before
was drawn up
Kalisto
before
was signed.
Kalisto was signed.
So the contract didn't include him, and how tonight on Raw it would be Kalisto versus Enzo for the title in a lumberjack match, which it's always nice to see a lumberjack match.
Mhm.
You don't see him that much anymore.
Which to Enzo said, "I'll do it if it's the main event." Which Kurt agreed.
For the third fucking week in a row,
Cruiserweights
205
have run
was
the
the
show.
main event. I mean, this is fucking unprecedented.
They have run the main event card
This is
for the past 3
unprecedented.
weeks.
I mean, like, you got to give Enzo some serious star points right now, man.
For 3 weeks. Yeah, for 3 weeks in a row, getting 205 Live as the main event.
I didn't think it was possible.
Yeah.
And all of them being must-watch shit.
Exactly.
I mean, you think about the fact that at one point, Austin Aries and Neville were feuding. Two of the best in-ring performers alive today. And that wasn't good enough to be the main event on Raw.
And nobody gave a shit.
No. But Enzo Amore, who can't fucking wrestle to save his life,
But is one of the best promo men in the business.
has managed to take that whole division and put it into the main event 3 weeks in a row on Raw now. And this is a Raw that has the Shield on it. Braun Strowman, Finn Balor. Like, it's not like we're lacking star power here.
Exactly.
And yet Enzo Amore is the guy who closes the show every week. That's fucking saying something. Give the little dude some credit. And he took his lumps getting there too, by the way. I mean, literally, for months now, all he's been doing is getting beat up. The whole big Cass thing, anytime he entered a ring, he got a boot to the face. It became like a fucking given. Enzo's in the ring, oh, big boot. Down he goes. That was his whole ring time, was getting kicked in the mouth.
Then from there, I think we went into Matt Hardy versus Braun, right?
Yeah.
Credit Matt Hardy and Braun, because this match couldn't have been easy to pull off. Matt's not really Matt anymore. He's not as quick as he once was. He's not as light on his feet as he once was. And Braun's a big dude who it's hard to have a good match with, because all of your power moves pretty much go out the window.
Yep.
Like, you can't lift him. You can't. He tried to do a side effect, not happening.
Yeah, unless you're like Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, John Cena, one of the bigger guys who can lift him, all your power moves go out the window. So you're now dependent on your finesse moves.
Yep.
But to his credit, man, Matt actually put on a pretty good match with Braun.
Mhm.
He didn't do bad at all. I thought the one really fucked up moment of the match was when Matt hit the twist of fate.
And he kicked out
And
like
he didn't
a
even
one.
get to a full 1 count. Braun was kicking out as soon as he pinned him. It was
Exactly.
It's
kinda
like,
like-
it's like when we played 2K against Byron. He just didn't get even 1 count.
Nope.
It was kind of like, you little flea, how dare you lay on top of me? Go away.
Almost like he not worthy to possess
Yeah.
Bull's house.
So then Braun obviously got the win. He goes to leave, and I called it.
He brings.
Yeah,
he's got
I
Matt.
called it.
He's got Matt.
Admit
up-
that I called it first.
You called it.
He's got Matt up on his shoulder. He's hauling him out like a sack of potatoes.
We honestly thought Matt was going to become broken at this point.
Literally.
But I said it earlier in the night. I said, at some point, the Shield is going to go find Braun Strowman and settle the score, because he's kicked the hell out of all 3 of them at one point. Sure enough, as he gets up to the top of the alleyway, of the walkway, out come the Shield in a brand new, nice little Shield shirt.
Which is fucking awesome.
Which tells you that this is not a little, one-night movement. This is obviously a thing that's going to go on for a little while here.
Yeah.
And the Shield attacks Braun. Braun fights back. For a minute, he gets the upper hand. Eventually, though, because they're all 3 former world champions, so if he'd have beaten the hell out of all 3 of them alone, it would have been like, really? But he couldn't beat Brock Lesnar? It would have made Brock look like the biggest monster ever. So, eventually they get the upper hand. Roman spears him. They clear off the announce table, at which point Booker T falls out of his chair, trying to get out. Michael Cole, I'm like, get the hell out of here, guys! Like, I guess the idea of Braun getting thrown through a table in front of them was a little scary. I mean, he is a big dude. He lands on you, he could do some damage. And a triple power bomb through the table for Strowman, and I was fucking in heaven.
Only for Strowman to
Just
land
roll
and
off.
roll off the side of the table.
It was a great moment, though. And it was
was.
like the Shield announcing, we may have been gone for a while,
We're back.
but this is our fucking house, period. And we will take out anybody we damn well choose to. Which is exactly what they were at one point. Now, the one thing I think they have to fix in the Shield right now is that they're all coming out to their individual music still. We got to get a Shield theme song back. And I'm fine with them bringing back the old one, too.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly good with that. But then they got to come out of the crowd. They can't walk down the rampway.
And they have to have the classic
And,
intro to
you
the
know,
song.
and with the attire.
Yep. You got to get matching little outfits and stuff. Maybe everybody can get a little Roman wristband. Number 1 seller on WWE.com.
So then we move into Elias.
Yeah. Who wants to
Which-
walk with Elias?
Which I am 100% behind Elias,
Who wants to walk with Elias?
but that's the only thing.
You can only walk with him because he moves this slow. And he sounds like he's a wind-up toy
That's the only
that
flaw.
somebody forgot to wind.
Look at it.
Elias is the kind of person that would give you bad news just like this. Like, hello, I'm Elias. Your cat died. I'm sorry. Have a nice day.
Here's a gift basket.
Do you have a soda pop?
That's the only problem I find with Elias is that his promo work's really not that great. But everyone's behind the whole "Who wants to walk with Elias" thing.
It was. It was.
Your cat died.
I'm on that shit.
And then, you know, the best part of the whole sequence was Apollo. No, not Apollo Crews.
Apollo
Titus
Crews.
O'Neil comes out
With a banjo.
with a banjo, and he's doing his own little song. And who wants to walk with Titus?
Worldwide.
And it was funny, you know. And he sang a little ditty about Apollo Crews, and Apollo walked out and looked all tough and promptly got his ass kicked.
So with that match, we found out two things. One, Titus O'Neil is very, very bad at playing the banjo.
And two,
two,
nobody wants to walk with Elias.
I want to walk with Elias.
I don't want to walk to the sandwich stand, to the soda pop bar,
With your dead cat.
to a strip club. I don't want to walk in Jesus sandals with you.
Oh my
No,
God.
sir. Not you and your little girly scarf.
Oh my God.
Have a
This
nice day.
motherfucker.
So yeah, that was about, a way to kill 10 minutes pretty much.
And then from there, I think we went into
Oh, from there it was the backstage scene.
with the women, right?
No.
Yes.
It was the Alexa Bliss Mickey James thing.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that was it.
Okay. Another way to kill 10 minutes pretty much.
Yeah.
But a real
But it
entertaining
was
insult
funny as
fest.
fuck.
Yeah. Mickey comes out and says that the reason she doesn't get along with anybody or anything is because of Alexa Bliss. Whatever. Alexa comes out and Mickey called Alexa.
Oh, you're asking me?
Yes.
They can call Alexa. Let's see. Damn, I know she used to mention how like.
What did
she's
she
like-
call her butt?
Oh, biscuit butt, biscuit.
And the
booty.
crowd promptly began to chant
Biscuit butt.
biscuit butt. Now, I don't see how this is an insult because I love biscuits and I love Alexa's butt.
Very much.
And when they're buttered up at the same time, it's fun time.
I
like
wouldn't
to butter
mind
up that
taking a bite
biscuit.
into either one.
Fun time.
So I don't know if this was an insult, but hey, whatever. And they traded little jabs here and there, and then it turned into Mickey running after Alexa, throwing her in the ring. A horrible attempt at a Mick kick.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the worst attempt I've ever
Before
seen.
all that,
The video
Alexa
package.
put up
Oh
a video
yeah,
package.
the video package.
And it was in old-timey fashion, like black and white. It was like one of those black and white training videos
And it
you would find
basically
back
the
from
whole-
like the 40s.
The whole thing just kept reiterating that Mickey James is old.
Basically.
Like really old, not like your mom old, but your grandma old. Like,
Yep.
Funniest line. Oh, I'll send you the link. Oh wait, no, I'll have it put on a VHS tape for you. I was like, God dang.
but it was just classic Alexa. I mean, the girl cuts a promo better than any other woman on the roster at this point.
Yeah.
Which is why she is where she is.
Mhm.
If Alexa Bliss and Enzo show you anything, promo work is more important than in-ring work at this point.
Yep.
Because the two of them have gotten to where they are based off their promo work. Now, Alexa's a lot better in-ring than Enzo is, granted.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But she's not as good as Becky or as Charlotte,
Yeah.
as any of those girls. She's not even as good as Sasha is. But she cuts better promos than all of them, which is why she is where she is.
Yep.
It then went to, which backstage moment was it? Was it The Miz or was it the women?
It was the Miz.
It was the Miz again,
It was
introducing
the
that
Miz
Strowman
again,
is now part of the match.
introducing Strowman as part of the match.
Was that the next one, or it wasn't the women going up to?
No.
Okay. So it was The Miz going up and saying that, remember Dean said that those three could beat any four of us on any given day? He didn't say which 4 though. So I want to substitute in a different partner. And Angle said fine. Dean said say that, and Miz says I found my partner. And Strowman busts through the door and just stares at Kurt and walks away. So apparently,
It was a big dramatic pause though.
Apparently at TLC, it will be the Shield 2.0 going up against The Miz, The Bar, and The Monster, which should be interesting. I predict that Strowman will be put through a lot of things.
Tables, ladders,
Chairs. Oh my. Titantrons, little children,
So then,
old
the one
women,
thing,
walkers, cement trucks, dogs, cats,
ambulances.
alligators, Michael Cole. You know, anything's possible.
Michael Cole's wife.
Anything's possible.
So then we move into what wasn't a waste of 10 minutes. Finn Balor comes out.
What a great fucking promo this was.
Dude,
I don't care if you didn't like it. If you didn't
the
like it, you're a
fucking
fucking moron.
Chills,
so
man.
Finn comes out
He's
and he's talking, and then all of a sudden, lights go out. The
real
whole
quick. Anybody else want to really be Finn Balor? I just feel like he's really cool, and I'm not. That's the way he makes me feel when he comes out with this whole little thing and the whole.
and then everyone in the crowd doing this
Yeah.
thing with him.
I feel like he's really cool, and I've never learned to be that cool. Thought I was at one point, but Finn Balor has shown me otherwise. I'm sorry, continue.
So then, cue for an epic Bray Wyatt promo. The whole thing happens.
Do that
it's
again?
Huh?
Do that again.
That thing happens.
Oh, you could play the retard in the back of the class any day.
So then, it shows just an empty rocking chair for about 10 seconds.
And all I could think was, man, my grandmother's gonna be angry somebody stole her rocking chair.
But then, Bray Wyatt comes in from off camera and
Which
sits
meant
down in the
Bray
rocking
stole
chair.
my grandmother's rocking chair, the fucker.
And sits in the rocking chair. And he's announcing...
Stolen rocking chair.
He's announcing that Sister Abigail is alive, that Sister Abigail is here with him, and here she is.
And
The
look,
camera fades,
Listen.
contorts his face a little
I have
bit.
been a WWE fan since 1990. Okay? 6 years old. First Survivor Series I ever watched was when The Undertaker debuted. I have seen Undertaker promos. I've seen Kane promo. I've seen some of the darkest characters ever in WWE history try to cut the creepiest promos they could. Bray Wyatt scared the half of shits out of me tonight. I grew up on horror movies, so he didn't do it all the way, but you know, he gave me a little, ooh, what the fuck is that kind of moment?
So then not only do you have Bray's voice, but you have the Sister Abigail voice
And they went
over
full in on this time.
it. And they went full in on it. And
The
what
laugh was really fucking
What I'm
creepy.
hoping to see Bray Wyatt painted up come the next pay-per-view.
I predict it's going to look like a Mardi Gras kind of mask with black, with like the white streaks going down it. It's not going to be like Balor's. How Balor's was really well
Yeah.
put together and stuff.
Almost like
This
faded
is
and sloppy.
This is going to
almost.
be like faded, sloppy, really like dark looking. I think it's going to look fucking amazing on Bray, and it's going to be. Hopefully, he gets a win with it, and it really kind of puts him back
Kicks
where he
the momentum
belongs.
back up.
And the thing is, with this new revelation of him portraying like a Sister Abigail type possession, whatever you want to call it, it's going to be really hard to tell who's going to come out on top at TLC with this.
Yeah.
Listen, if Balor can lose right now, he's won
Yeah.
2 in a row. If Bray loses at TLC, 3 in a row to Finn Balor, he's fucked.
Yeah.
Where's he going from there?
Nowhere.
There's like next week he's gonna be fucking feuding with like fucking the fucking Miztourage. Yeah, he's gonna be feuding with fucking Curtis Axel. They're gonna try and put him on 205 Live. They're gonna try and lie and say he weighs 204.5 pounds. Where the fuck does he go from here if he loses? So fucking pray to God he wins because the Bray Wyatt character is too unique, too original,
Too valuable.
to be lost in the shuffle and thrown back down to the mid cards.
Yeah.
Way too good for that. So either get him back where he belongs or move his ass back to SmackDown where he was actually main eventing every other damn night.
So then we move into the women's segment backstage, which, come to find out,
Dana Brooke's not dead.
yeah, Dana Brooke's not dead.
It's just her
and-
boyfriend.
Hey, we don't do that on here.
Sorry.
We don't mock dead people. I will take shots at a lot of things. Dead cats, fine. Dead squirrels, maybe. Dead people, we draw the line there.
So,
Sorry, Dana.
we found out that Dana Brooke's alive. And we also found out that Alicia Fox's forehead resembles a Klingon.
She's got a 5 head.
Not even. That's like an 8 head, man.
You have to give her a high 10 to slap that forehead. You can't do it with one hand. I dare you. You're going to hurt your hand.
So that leads into a fatal 5-way elimination match.
Which did not have Nia Jax.
Yeah, that.
It was a fatal 5-way to determine who will face Asuka
At TLC.
at TLC. And we had, again, Alicia Fox and Dana Brooke, who haven't mattered in fucking forever.
Then
but-
we had Bailey.
The monster of the division, who belongs at the top of the division, Nia Jax, was nowhere to be found. You had Bailey and Sasha. Obviously, they're involved in every fucking women's segment you could think of at this point.
You had Emma.
Which makes me a little sad, though, because they have really ruined those two women.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like Bailey. I don't like the character. In ring, though, she's really not that bad. I don't think she's on the level of Charlotte or Sasha, but she's not that bad.
I'm sorry, I was praying to God that Sasha wasn't going to win.
I was fucking praying to God that it would be somebody who could put on a good match with Sasha. Now,
I knew it had to be Emma.
Asuka. Emma winds up the winner of a pretty good match.
Pretty decent.
Hopeful here because her and Asuka did put on a really good match once. So, hopefully it's a good match. However, I do think that the reason Emma won, and this is going to sound fucked up, but hey, is because they're okay with Asuka going out there and obliterating Emma.
Yeah.
Oh.
I have a thought that Asuka's first match is going to be a statement to the division. They're going to want it to look like she is leaps and bounds above everybody else. So I think at TLC, Asuka's going to come out, and it's going to be like a 5-minute long match where she destroys Emma and gets the win. That's my prediction right now. So, yeah. Emma got the win. It'll be Emma and Asuka at TLC. Can't wait for the debut of Asuka on the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they don't do to her what they're doing to Shinsuke.
Hopefully.
From there, I believe it went into the main event of the night, right? To the main segment.
Yeah. We skipped the other cruiserweight match because just who cares?
Yeah, there was a cruiserweight tag match. We fast forwarded through it over here. We didn't care. Jack Gallagher and
all you have to know is that Gallagher and
Brian
won.
Kendrick beat Cedric Alexander and
Kira Tozawa?
no,
Uh,
Dar.
No, it wasn't Noam Dar.
Oh, Mustafa Ali.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, they beat those two. Who cares? Nobody cared about you guys when you were supposedly in the main events here and there. We don't care about you now.
I kind of cared about Mustafa Ali,
I don't. His finisher's good. That's it.
but then
Main-
we moved to the main event, and
Which surprised the fuck out of me, personally. Which was Enzo and Kalisto in a lumberjack match. And it was actually
really good match.
a really good match. This is the first match I've seen Enzo in that I would give above a C rating.
Mm-hmm.
I actually give this match a B+ for some of the things they pulled off together.
Yeah.
I mean, at one point,
the superplex onto
superplex.
the superplex onto the outside onto the rest of the cruiserweights.
at one point you had the cruiserweights outside, the lumberjacks get into a scuffle, and Kalisto superplexed Enzo into the whole group of them. You had Enzo giving an eat the foot, which I know he calls it something else, but that's what it is. It's Gail Kim's eat the foot.
Eat the feet, you mean?
Whatever.
That's what she
eat
calls
the foot,
it.
Eat the feet.
Eat the
Who
feet,
gives a
eat
fuck?
the feet, eat the feet,
He sticks his foot in your face and falls down.
You stick the feet in your feet and your feet, yeah.
And then the finisher which was Kalisto hitting, what the hell is his move called?
Selena Del Sol.
There you go. Off the top fucking rope, getting the win, and we have a new Cruiserweight champion on what was Eddie Guerrero's birthday.
Yep.
And he even mentioned Eddie Guerrero before the match.
So you kind of figured that he was going to win?
Yeah, I said he was going to win. I had a feeling. It also ends this whole nobody can challenge for the title because they touched Enzo. I still say Enzo's going to get the title back in a hurry. He'll probably get it back on 205 this week, if not before then. But at that point, that little thing he drew up with Kurt is null and void because he already lost the title. So this opens it up to get it back to where anybody can challenge him.
Yep.
But overall, it was a very good match. Great work by both guys. Enzo looks dead, better than anybody in wrestling. Whenever he gets hurt, he looks like he's literally going to die right then and there. He sells things great. I mean, it's an underappreciated skill. It really is. But when you hit Enzo with something solid, he really makes it look like you're a fucking powerhouse. Like you really hurt him.
Yeah.
And overall, man, this was a solid fucking Raw.
It really was.
I give it an A.
Yeah, I'll give it I give it a fucking A just because the Shield reunited.
Exactly.
The rest of the card could have sucked, and I'd still give it an A. So yeah, I'll give it an A, and it's definitely got me excited for TLC right now.
Yeah, it does.
Because that main event, the Shield against Miz, The Bar, and Braun Strowman is going to be fucking nuts. It's going to be a TLC match, and it's going to be fucking insanity. You know, like, they're going to put each other through everything they can find.
And if you
Ambrose
don't like it,
is going to jump off everything.
If you don't like it, well,
You're a fucking
fuck
idiot.
you.
Thanks for joining us. Inside the Ropes. We'll be back. I will be back very shortly, actually. I'm doing a video on Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder and the whole state of the boxing division. Till then, have a nice night.
Peace.